Hello, Facebook. How we doing? What is going on? How are we?
Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome in. This is episode 16 of Man Talk, and here we are, Movember special. So, of course, we couldn't do Movember special without having someone from Movember, Australia. Hello, Sam. How you doing, mate?
G'day, Jared. Pleasure to be here, mate. Going really well.
Glad to have you. So Sam's going to come in and chat about Movember and what we're doing. First of all, we'll go around. Lloyd, how you doing, mate? How was your weekend?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. No, weekend was really good. It's been very busy in the cafe. Starting to get a lot more people out and about, which has been good. And I've been smashing the man challenge. So I've been keeping very active.
You got a bit of pep. You got a bit of pep in your step tonight, Lloyd. What's going on?
I just smashed an X50 and a double shot of coffee, so I'm going to be very talkative tonight, guys.
Jesus.
Right? I apologise in advance. What about yourself, Ash? What have you been doing, mate?
Oh, mate, you know, just usual stuff, different day. Yeah, the weekend was pretty quiet. I had a housewarming Friday night, which was a lot of fun, and went a bit nutso on the old party food, and then the weekend was just family weekend. And yeah, today I just released a episode of Fat Chat with Mick Dillygaff. What a legend! Yeah, absolutely fantastic guy, and even better episode. But
yeah.
Timbo, what's going on with you?
I have just been streaming a lot and not getting much sleep, and it's starting to catch up with me. So that's great. I actually don't know where I am right now, but that's
cool. None of us do. None of us do.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been good. I've been playing a couple of games that haven't been released yet, and I'm actually going to be streaming one at 3 a.m. in the morning. How many hours from now? Like 5 or 6 hours from now. That's going to be fun.
Why 3 a.m.?
Because that's when the embargo lifts and we can actually stream it.
Embargo.
So you got to get in there, get them clicks and get them views.
Embargo.
So. Yeah, wow.
That's good, man.
Everyone loves it. Embargo.
Embargo.
Embargo. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go across and give Sam the big ego screen. So we're going to go across here, and Sam can fill us in on what he's doing and what he's all about. Here we go.
Easy.
Go for it, Sam.
All right, thanks, mate. Just like loving that segue. Waiting for it to pop up on my screen. But yeah. First off, like really chuffed to be able to come along and talk about Movember and what we're up to this year. And obviously wouldn't be here without your epic efforts this year, Jared. So looking forward to seeing that beard come off and a sprightly mustache kind of appear where it once was. And so I guess, for us, we're, just counted down to less than a week to mow. And, this year's a really interesting year for our organisation. And I think for men in general, we know that as a whole, things have, I guess, impacting men pretty significantly in response to COVID-19. And for Movember, we actually conducted a global survey back in May. Probably feels like a bloody long time ago now, May. But back then, we kind of realised that and were perhaps eating more, or some of their sleeping and eating patterns were kind of out of pattern, and also sleeping less, or also the sleeping patterns were interrupted. So we kind of knew that there's a bit happening, and these are the things that are often are some of the biggest triggers for men's mental health and can impacting a man's mental health. So for us heading into campaign this year, it's a really big message around staying connected, a really big message around mental health as well. Something really poignant, I guess, to share with you guys today and anyone that's tuning in. We've actually just had some stats come in from the ABS as of this morning, and sadly, the rates of suicide between 2018 and 2019 have actually increased. So in Australia, we were losing on average 6 men to suicide every day.
Oh, fucking hell.
Every day.
Every day. It's now actually 7.
Jesus.
No.
Yeah, and I think I guess what does that message mean? It means that for Movember, we have a hell of a lot of work to do. And I think what's really important is that we start talking about these numbers, but also talk about what we can do kind of in response to that. And I think this year for us, it's really about kind of encouraging those right behaviours, normalising these behaviours, or normalising these conversations where it's okay to reach out, it's okay to if you're struggling, it's not a sign of weakness, and it's actually, you know, really courageous to go out and seek help. So whilst I'm kind of rambling on, like the key things, you know, obviously everyone knows us for growing a mo, and we love as many guys to get involved in growing mustache this year. We also have Move, so we're kind of challenging men or women or anyone to get involved by running a walking 60k for the 60 men we lose to a suicide globally every hour. And then we also have Host for Lloyd and I. Pretty happy in Melbourne to actually be able to the idea of maybe hosting an event, kind of having some mates together over a barbecue. Pretty exciting prospects pretty soon. And actually this year as well, something new, it's really relevant to you guys running the stream, is Mow Your Own Way. So we're actually encouraging people to get involved in any way they see fit. So whether it's a big physical challenge or you know, running a 24-hour gaming stream or something like that, we're kind of throwing the keys over to anyone to get involved this year.
Awesome. So that
is a very, very humbling statistic.
So there's so much more you can do besides just growing some hair on your face, which is the main takeaway that I think put a lot of people off. And it put me off for many, many years because I never wanted to shave this. So for me, the idea of Movember, having to shave and then grow a moustache sort of put me off doing it. So it's good that you're giving people an avenue to do other shit to help support, which is I know a lot of blokes, and Lloyd included, there's a lot of value in our beards. So it does put a lot of us off joining in and participating. So I'm glad that
well, especially off the back of this year, because I think there's quite a few ISO beards, some pretty fantastic ISO beards out there. A few blokes not willing to get rid of them just yet.
No, that's it.
Sam, have you got any good examples of Mow Your Own Way?
Yeah. I've actually, a couple of my colleagues have taken this to the next level. I guess if you're looking back to last year, one of my colleagues, she actually organised a 24-hour netball game.
Pretty 24 hours. Wow.
Yeah, knowing there were some pretty challenging physical injuries for a few of the participants afterwards, I wouldn't recommend a sporting challenge that goes for that length. But there are other ways as well. That same colleague, she's kind of taken on a bit of a challenge this year. Anyone that makes a donation to MoSpace, they can basically dare her to do anything.
Wow.
I'm assuming the dare is kind of aligns with whatever the value of the donation is.
There you go.
And yeah, I think for me, I'm actually, it's kind of a mix between Host and Mow Your Own Way, but actually running a bit of a Tetris challenge. I was trying to think of the game that's like most accessible to anyone and everyone. So I was thinking about like, what would my mum play and what could anyone in my immediate mates play. And so we're setting up a bit of a month-long Tetris challenge. That's cool. My mate's refurbing a Game Boy for me, and we're going to give that away this month.
That's awesome.
Should have gone with Dark Souls. I hear that's a really
Dark Souls. Very accessible.
Very accessible.
Dark Souls is on Nintendo, isn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So while we're here too, Sam is kindly enough. We're going to give out 5 Movember shirts. So if you want a chance to win a Movember shirt, the five top donations during this Man Talk will get a shirt. The top 5 donations during the Man Talk will get a Movember shirt. So there you go. So hit the donation up. You can click it here. I'll put the thing in chat there. You click on that, donate. If I manage to raise by some miracle 3,600 American, which is $5,000 Australian. I've got all of November to do it. I've got all of November I'm giving myself. I'm doing a full body hair removal. But the big thing is Saturday, Halloween, I'm shaving this off. First time in 20 years, my beard is coming off. I'm going to get to see my face. Probably the smallest it's ever been since I was probably in primary school. Because that left photo is me in year 10 in 1998. So
that's going to be so hot. That's going to be so hot.
So
you're looking pretty sharp there, Joe.
So
I mean, I would bang you at all 3 stages.
Well, just saying. Well, the Mickey Mouse bow tie really set it off.
Bit of a Jonah Hill thing.
That's it. Oh, definitely.
Who wouldn't fall in love with a guy wearing a Mickey Mouse bow tie?
Well, there you go. Exactly. There you go. So that's
seriously though. Everyone in chat. Oh, sorry. I was going to say, everyone in chat, get on that link. Donate. Like, just do it.
I was going to say,
Jared,
Jared, as an extra incentive, like for the #1 donator, would you be willing to send them the actual shavings of your head?
Oh, yes.
If
call.
there's some freak out there that wants a bit of Jerdman beard hair, then yeah, why not?
Jerdman bathwater.
Like they
Bath
just
water.
like literally stick it back onto their own face.
Oh,
Like,
that's-
hey, I'm Jerd.
That'd be like that scene from
Yeah,
Jackass.
okay.
No thanks.
I remember seeing an episode of that on Beavis and
Hey
Butthead.
Jag, thank you, buddy. Thank you, Jag.
Blew it on.
I mean, what about paying for the privilege to pull off that wax strip?
Oh, see, I think what
Oh,
I've
waxing
what
sucks.
I've worked out is because of all the weight I've lost, I'm not going to wax bits that are going to tear. So I'm going to wax elbow to wrist, knee to ankle, and then the rest of it's going to be like near hair removal or something. And I've heard today that my
Are you just afraid the skin's going to come with it? Is
no,
it gonna-
I'm seriously afraid the skin. I'm seriously afraid the skin will tear.
I told Jerd that if he reached his goal, I would get a Jerdman logo tattooed on me, and he was like, "Mate, you can't do that. Well, it fucking is gonna happen.
I'll do it.
If you do it, it happens.
JM?
I guarantee. It.
JM, just right on you.
Wow.
It's gonna be the JM logo on my arm,
There you go,
on
bang.
my sleeve,
There you go, chat. There you go, chat.
and I'll do it live.
do it live. Do it live.
So I donate to that.
Yeah, there you go.
That's commitment.
Yeah, so I'm going to stream the shave on Halloween on my Twitch, and I'm going to then carry around a camera and scare the shit out of my children. So if you want to tune in for that, I'm sure it'll be hilarious.
Well, actually,
They're
I
not
mean, yeah,
happy.
it was gonna be scary enough seeing you without a
They're not
beard.
happy.
Like that's pretty good timing for Halloween, man.
They're not
Like,
happy. Although I've got to get prepped. I've got to be nice and baby face to grow the moustache. I think I'm going to grow a like a Merv Hughes or like a senior from American Chopper. I think. I don't know. Whatever Mrs.
Can we,
Mrs. Jerd will put up with.
Can we go back and talk about that statistic? I'd really like to.
Oh, Luke Mulder, thank you. And thank you, Simon from earlier. Thank you too, mate.
I'd really like to touch on that 7. You know, that's that figure. Like, we've seen an increase in that because of COVID. And you know, people's mental health at the moment is pretty frayed, to say the least. Especially after what 2020 has thrown at us. How when you guys read that, like, what was the reaction around the office? What was the feeling like?
Yeah, and I think it's pretty jarring for me personally. Obviously, I've worked for Movember for this is my 3rd campaign. I participated in Movember for a number of years before that, so kind of have been a Mobro for a number of years now, and you kind of really want to start to see things heading in the right direction, and so it is really hard working for this organization, and there are lots of others kind of doing similar work, and not seeing change. But I think in my own world, and the impact that I can have, on my family or the community around me, like, that's what you can do, and that's where you can have, the most tangible change and difference. And it's interesting because it seems almost like a contrast, because you see on the news and culturally, things are definitely heading in the right direction, because we're talking about this stuff far more often, and whether it's from politicians through to athletes, through to all segments of the community kind of talking about mental health and prioritizing it. But maybe there's just a lag time. I'm not sure.
Mm.
When we first started this podcast, one of the main themes that we wanted to focus on was normalizing the conversations from men talking about how they feel, because like we've all been, I'm sure everyone on this podcast has had a situation in their life where not only have they suffered from terrible mental health, but they've been told to keep quiet or not talk about it or keep it inside, or just
Feeling of being a burden.
yeah, and like we're a lot, like men are taught from a young age that showing feelings is weak, and not only is that incredibly damaging, but it just leads to that figure of 7 people dying, per day.
It's absolutely shocking statistic.
Yeah,
It is absolutely
absolutely.
shocking. And like Sam, like to go further into that, do they release any sort of further demographic as to like the men's ages or their like social status or anything like that?
Yeah,
Or-
I can speak in kind of broader terms. And I'm gonna.
For those out there,
I'll
we
move around the
haven't
numbers.
really chatted about what questions we're asking Sam, so we're just putting him on the spot. So forgive
We're
him if
just
he's
like-
not.
Yeah, if there's
Like,
anything you can't
yeah.
answer. There's
Yep.
something that you can't answer. Like I mean,
Ash
it's just
thinks
so-
the body's 98% water. So look, which is how we run here, so that's fine.
The other 2%'s KFC. Like.
Yeah.
I guess if you could imagine a bell-shaped curve with a few different kind of peaks and troughs in it. Suicide is the highest cause of death in men. I think, and again, don't hold me on these numbers. I wish I kind of had the specific stats in with me, so I'm just going to kind of speak in broader terms. But it is essentially the highest cause of death in men in Australia up until around the age of 50 or thereabouts, because then it kind of kicks into prostate cancer, which is one of Movember's other cause areas, and actually the area that we kind of kicked off back in 2003 kind of fundraising for. And then kind of after that, later on in life, around the age of 70, actually, that's when a lot of men take their life again as well. And there's kind of a kick up in that curve.
Why is that? Is that because they've lost partners, or do we know why?
Yeah, I think it's, again, and I'll probably be speaking in my terms rather than specifically from Movember, but there are a lot of kind of significant life changes that are happening around those points. So if you're thinking about this idea of, the half-life crisis around 50, and again, I'm using my language, probably not Movember's language, but there are certain moments in life where these stresses, are ultimately causing people or causing men to take their own life.
I would never have even thought of that. Like that wouldn't we hear about. We've always heard about it. I mean, to varying degrees, but you think it's sort of a young man's sort of thing. But I would never have thought about older people doing that.
I never would have expected
that's
to drop off and then go back up. That's
wow.
That's crazy.
I think we've seen a lot as well. Like they've spoken about domestic violence rates as well, which have sort of gone up dramatically because of COVID, people being locked at home, like stuck at home, not going anywhere. And I mean, in a way that plays back to mental health as well. It comes back to that not having conversations about how you're feeling, letting all that shit just build up until you take it out on the wrong person. Or it's just it's very disheartening to see things on the rise. It's understandable because of the current conditions, but even then it's awful. It's absolutely awful.
Well, because people that have those kind of negative outlets would have been putting that energy into something else, whether it be drinking, gambling, and other kind of stuff, which has shut down for a lot of people. So I can imagine being stuck at home. There's very limited outlets for a lot of people, and if that's the way they choose to do it, they're just disgusting. But it's unfortunately unavoidable in this instance.
Yeah, and
it's been a perfect storm of a year essentially for poor situations,
and I think for like our perspective and a lot of the shakers out there, like losing weight, like I know a lot of people were in a really good groove before COVID hit, and then COVID hit and it just threw everything out the window, and with that goes your weight loss stumbles and your healthy lifestyle change stumbles, and then your mental health aspects stumbles, because weight loss, mental health, normal health, they're just smashing against each other all day, basically. So I think for us, it's important to chat about physical health and as well as mental health. And a lot of people are doing it tough. I know you guys in Melbourne could only get out for like 1 hour a day out of your house or something. Like it's just crazy.
Yeah, I think Lloyd and I think we kind of earned I think as the Premier said it today, kind of everyone, it's time to celebrate, or everyone deserves a pat on the back, because it's been a pretty shit 6 months or so, and I'm kind of in myself looking at where the last or where this year has gone, and kind of hanging out just to see my mates, the simple stuff of actually socializing and hanging out and doing the good stuff.
Yeah, I know how terrible it was I'm in regional Victoria, and I could only just imagine on what everyone in Melbourne has been like. It just be shit, really shit.
I'm not sure I've seen so many people out on picnics and all sorts of like strange Melbourneisms that I think will probably hang around for a little while longer. I think this year, like it definitely has been a really tough one. I think for Movember, and what we can do over the next 5 weeks or so is really hopefully give people an outlet to be able to talk about some of these things, and just hopefully have a bit of fun at the same time, because I think for us we're all ready for a bit of a laugh. And
Yeah.
you know, I think people will definitely get a laugh out of seeing you, babyface Jerd. So yeah, so
man.
I think it'll be a nice way to cap out a pretty tough year.
I just want to read out a quick comment here from Benny Charles. Says, after losing mum to cancer this year, months after I lost my old man this year due to mental health all through the lockdown, it's been a terrible year. Great things that you're raising this awareness. Benny, mate, yeah, condolences, mate. Rough year, dude. Yeah, I hope that you are doing well, and thank you for joining us tonight. And yeah, it is a extremely important topic, and like it gets talked about, but whether blokes especially are doing anything about it to help other blokes or help themselves, that's the hard question you need to ask, because the suicide rate's going up. It's just
I've read a stat on your website, Sam, and it said 3 out of 4 are male suicides. So 75% of suicides are men. So it's I'm
going to put it out there too, chat, and anyone that watches this, that mate, if you ever need anyone to talk to, reach out to any one of us. We're always here. We're always happy to help out and have a listen, man.
And if we can't help, like if we can't give you the answers, we will make sure that we will put you in on the path to the people that can. You know,
100%.
That's the problem. We've spoken about that on previous podcasts. Is about like, Are You Okay Day is a really great day for getting mental health awareness. But some people just aren't ready to have that. Like, or they're not ready for what comes after that question. And that's what we need to work on. We need to normalize people getting help, because some people just are so afraid of asking for help because they think they're just going to appear weak or not in control, or not in control of their lives and their faculties, and that scares a lot of people.
Yeah, it's we had a thing. What was that? We had a hashtag. It's not weak to speak. So
real men also cry.
That as well. Yeah, so I know a few people, friends and whatnot, male and female, who are going through some stuff and suffering from some mental health issues and stuff. And I think it touches. If you were to sit down and think, you could probably count on your hands. You could probably nearly feel both your hands with people that you know that have some sort of mental health issue. I suppose issue is not the right word, but so it's very prevalent
it's
nowadays.
It's not a bad word to go with. Like I often struggle. Sorry, Joe. Like issues probably an easy way to talk about it, and or like a mental health challenge. Sorry, I'd like to just jump in. But there's a couple of other language things that like one of the best things
whenever, man.
Like one of the things that's been like really powerful for me that I've kind of learned in the last year or so is actually, sorry to jump back on talking about suicide again, but often we'll kind of refer to someone committing suicide, and that's some really like outdated language. And I know it can be really kind of hard to like reshape how we talk about it, but like remembering that it's actually someone taking their own life. So committing refers to when it was a crime, and just kind of breaking down and kind of destigmatizing some of that language as well. And
I didn't I sorry to interrupt, but I didn't even think of that. You know, when you said committing suicide, like, wow, taking their own life like that. I didn't. Wow, that's crazy. That's yeah.
It's just because it kind of just reshapes it even in your own mind when you're talking about it. And it's just like sometimes like language is a really powerful thing, and the way you see it talked about in the media as well. Sometimes they get it right, and sometimes they still don't get it right, because it isn't a crime. That person's hurting. They're in a really, really dark place, and we've got to do as much as we can to be able to help that person. So it's just like a really kind of subtle difference.
Yeah. But I actually myself went on a podcast last week to talk about mental health and my mental health, because I battled with suicide in 2019. I came very close to actually doing it myself. And it was probably the darkest period that I've ever had in my life. And I combated a lot of it alone. And I look back on that now, and I think to myself, I really, really wish that I'd sought the help I needed before it got as bad as it did. It was more because it wasn't that I was afraid to talk about it. It wasn't because I was afraid to look for help. It was the fact that I sort of didn't really know where to turn, you know? And I think that's one of the battles as well as we're facing is normalizing those discussions and getting people to talk about their mental health and how they feel and their struggles. But it's also educating people on how to get help for that and making that okay as well, normalizing that too.
We've said before on the pod that you get, I believe it's 10 free sessions with a mental health expert. So if you are doing it tough and you think you need that, or you think that you may need that, then just fucking do it. You're getting 10 free ones, so just do it. Like, seriously, go get help that you need.
Yeah, and I've been there myself, and sat at the GP's desk, and run through the checklist that they go through, and they'll ask you like, have you been suicidal, or how are you feeling now, and kind of running through that list. And once you've kind of gone through and done that, you're like, oh shit, that wasn't actually that hard. And then you can go and make those appointments with with the clinical psychologist or therapist, whoever you want to go see. And something I think you guys have probably talked about it already, but sometimes if the first person you see isn't the person right, or isn't the right person for you, you might go and be like, this is shit. But don't let that put you off going and seeing someone else. And some people find it easier to talk to a man than they might talk to a woman, or some people might find it easier to speak to a female psychologist. You just got to find the right fit for you.
I think one of the problems as well is that not a lot of people associate the human mind being as fragile as the human body. It doesn't take much for us to get injured and you can break an arm, a leg, you can do significant damage to your body pretty easily. People don't seem to associate that same kind of fragility with mental health. They think it's tough. It's tough to be on top of your problems. It's tough to be okay upstairs, and we need to get rid of that. We need to fuck that off. Honestly, it is, and it feels like we're fighting against almost, a century of toxic thinking in that space, that it's weak to speak, it's weak to show your emotions. The man has to bring home the bacon, he has to make the money, he has to be strong, it's such an outdated concept that I just wish would go away. Ryan
in chat said it's been increased to 20 sessions, so there you go, you get 20 free sessions based on what Ryan said. So that's half a year. If you do it once a year, that's half a year of help. So there you go. Thank you, Brock. Yes, you can get a second round of 10 sessions after the first 10 to help Aussies during COVID. Oh, there you go, Brock. Thank you, mate. Thank you for that.
And the best thing about that too is that, like you said, if you're not happy with the person you see, you can see someone else. It's okay, and you need to find someone that works for you. I went through 2 different psychologists before I found one that I was really happy with. And, you don't have to feel, like you have to pick just one psychologist and that's it,
I wish I had gone to someone once Dad passed away. Like, he's been gone 5 years. In September, he went 5 years. He had prostate cancer. He beat prostate cancer. That's part of the reason I'm doing this as well for Movember is the prostate cancer side. Grandpa had it. He didn't have it. He got it after Dad had it. He didn't have it bad, so to speak. Dad had it bad. Dad had to get surgery. He had it bad. He got through it, and then he got lung cancer. So I wish I had have gone to get proper help when Dad passed away. I think it would have saved me a lot of years of grief and falling into the hole that I fell into. I think it would have saved me a lot of pain, I think, in the long run.
Eating your feelings
and eating myself into oblivion, basically.
I have a good friend and a member of my community who has terminal cancer, and I just know that when he passes, like, as much as we laugh and joke and that's how we deal about with it, I know how much I'm going to miss him, and I know how hard that is going to hit me personally. And I am glad that this time around I'm not going to just take that feeling myself and deal with it. I will talk to someone about it, to deal with it.
Good, Tim.
That's good to hear.
Yeah,
really good.
And I read the stat on your website as well, Sam. 1 in 6 men will get prostate cancer too. So basically, nearly one of us will get it. So we're 5 people here. So one of us, that's a pretty alarming stat when you think about all your mates, all the people that you know, and all the blokes that you know. Someone in that group is going to get it, and based on the severity of it, so it's a big issue as well.
Yeah, the call out with prostate cancer and thanks for sharing about your dad as well, Jared. I think it's incredibly common, and I think like more common than any of us realize. It's actually more common than breast cancer, and so I guess that the difference with prostate cancer is that it is highly treatable now as well, and often the time, and there are lots of different types of prostate cancer, but often the timing at which it's found is a really big determinator for that man's outcome and like longevity. And I think there's something incredible, like a 95% survival rate up to 5 years.
Wow.
And then a 90% survival rate now to 10 years. And I think that the difference there is really around timing, and also at what age that man develops prostate cancer, and lots of other things. But there's I guess a lot of it is really just like knowing the numbers. I guess is the message Movember talks about, and going and seeing a GP regularly after the age of 50 is just that's really important.
I can imagine it'll be quite intimidating for a man in their 50s to approach doctors saying that I need to get a prostate exam. Must be very tough.
It's a blood test nowadays, though. I'm pretty sure it's just a blood test nowadays.
Yeah, PSA test.
Long are the days of the being scared. Like it's they check your levels, and then if they need to do something more, I think they do something more. But
one of the people in our chat said that we need to heavily reduce the stigma of negative connotations around mental health in the workplace. People are afraid to speak up at work because they think they'll be looked down on. They're afraid the workplace will think they aren't capable. No idea how to change this, but it needs to happen ASAP. Well, I can absolutely relate and agree to that point. But I also think a lot of businesses are starting to take it seriously now. Like at least the big ones, like you have to, don't you? There's a lot of them are offering their own sort of like employee assistance programs and making sure that staff members know that there is someone they can talk to. And they've taken that, like, I guess in a way they've gone, like, look, this is something we have to take seriously, but we need to make sure these people are not are talking to the right people instead of like trying to, talk to their boss who might not be equipped to, to have that conversation. So I do think that is changing.
Yeah, it comes with a shift with everything. It comes with, like you were saying before about the men earning the money, the men doing this. Like, there's been a bit of a cultural shift. It's been a long time coming. Like, I'm a stay-at-home dad. Like, my wife went back to work pretty early with all three of the kids. So I was Mr. Mum at home, basically. So I think the moment we start tearing down what society expects of men and what is seen as being a man, I think that just leads to more open conversations and people feeling like they're not boxed in or alone in whatever they're doing. Like the gender roles and all that are shifting, and it's good. It's a good thing. I think it's a great thing personally. So I'm man enough to know that my wife earns a shitload more money than me, and I'm fucking fine with it. Like, I don't care.
It's a really good point, because one of the things that used to really bother me after me and my ex-partner split up, when I used to take Henry to the shops and I'd push him in his pram, people would stare at me when I was by myself and like pushing him along. Like, why is that guy pushing a pram? Like, where's the woman? Where's the mother? Like, I used to feel like people would stare at you for that. And like, it's just little things like that you never really notice before until you're in situations like that. It's just those little lingering stereotypes that just.
I was saying to Sam.
Do you think that was a bit of your own mentality, like looking at people looking at you?
No, I definitely noticed it, and a lot of single fathers would say the same thing, that they would be, pushing a pram or carrying the baby in like a pouch. And people would look at them like it was unnatural, and it's that kind of stuff that really, you don't notice it at first, but you do start to, and you're like, oh shit, you feel self-conscious about it. That's stuff that needs to go. It absolutely does.
I was saying to Sam the other day, me and Sam had a little meeting before, and I was saying that when I was at home with the kids and that, there was no like breakfast groups for me to go on with like blokes, like. Mothers had mothers club meetings and whatever else they want to call them. Like, and I've got friends who were female and had kids and that, but I was never factored into the equation of let's invite Jerd over with the kids and we can do brunch or something. Like So I think a lot of blokes who are taking on that primary sort of carer role can feel a little bit alone out there, and so I think that feeds into it as well a little bit.
I used to take my son to a play group once a fortnight, so I'd take it in turns with the missus, and I was always the only guy there. And I'd walk in, and then all these ladies would be staring at me, and I was like, ah. But mate, it was great. Like, it was great to do. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
someone in my chat said, Somebody in my chat said I've been followed by shop security around the local mall, pushing my redhead son around because I have brown hair. Like,
wow,
that's
full on.
Yeah, like.
All right, we're gonna have a break with transmission, and we're gonna do top bloke of the week. Let's jump into that.
Oh, before you do that, fucking donate, chat.
Yeah, donate. Come on. You
Get in.
You want to
keep in mind, guys, that it's for all of November, so you can
donate
all of November. Anytime.
That is true.
Yeah.
I'm shaving on Saturday, so if you want to see this on Saturday, pop into my Twitch. I'll be shaving it. I don't know what time. Sometime on Saturday. I'll let you know. I
should get a mad mohawk and a mustache.
All right, so let's go over to here. Top bloke of the week. Every week, Sam, we do top bloke of the week. It's just someone that stood out for us, not necessarily during the week, but like over the course of time. And us four, we just pick someone and then we give them a spin of the wheel and they can win prizes. So there you go. Also, if you want to win prizes, you want to win a Movember shirt, get in there. Top 5 donations will win a Movember shirt. There you go too. All right, let's go. All right. This week, top bloke of the week is Matt. Ash, you want to try that last name, Ash?
Yeah, fuck you, Austin.
There we go. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, Matty, he has been a big player in the Milkshake community of late, and he's been a big support to a lot of people. He's 35 years old, and he has struggled with weight loss issues since about 20 years old. He also struggles with anxiety and depression at times, which he's been very open about to us. And it's good that he has been, and he has reached out to us saying that he has been struggling from time to time, you know, and he's been married since he was 19 and has a 15-year-old daughter. Good on you, Matt. Matt has a few heart and health scares over the years and has led him to lose weight, but it always seems to creep back up again. He wants to have a healthy lifestyle, but struggles with motivation. He is grateful that he found the Milkshake community groups on Facebook, as helped him to regain his motivation and more. Matt has shown perseverance and has not given up, and that is why he is top bloke of the week. But Matt, honestly, looking at those pictures, mate, the biggest thing that I can say, mate, is that the first picture, you look how you feel, like you just look sad. And in your second picture, you got a great big smile on your gob, and I am so happy about that. And it's an absolute pleasure to know you. You're an absolute legend.
It's a good feeling, though, isn't it? Mm. We all get like that. Our first photo is always, and then our current photos were like, fuck yeah,
fuck yeah, Mary Kay, fuck yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking for a certain hashtag. Drop the hashtag, ladies and gentlemen, and then we'll do it.
Let's see. Return offenders. We'll see if they get it. Let's have a look.
Let's see if they get it. I'm throwing the feelers.
So we'll see what the delays are like. We'll see. It's going to be someone. It's going to be no one.
We're probably never going to.
No, it's not going to happen now. We'll go across there anyway. We're going there. All right, there we go.
That's it. In that.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I forgot to adjust the wheel. That's all right. We'll go like that.
Man.
Had one job.
While we fix that up, Ryan Betson and Shane Beasley said, spin that bitch. Thank you so much. Dale Smith. Hayden as well. Love it.
Perfect.
Ready?
Ash, spin that bitch. See what we get. Ooh. What is that? Oh, Jesus. What is it?
Right around.
Luke.
That's 2 boxes of man bars right there. It says 1, but we actually mean
2.
Fix the damn graphic, Ash. God.
Hey, am I the producer of this one? No.
That's your graphic, though.
Okay, fine.
Here, I can fix it. Hold on. Check this out. Oh, no, wrong one. Hold on. We'll fix it. Hold on. Boom. Boom, there you go.
Double stacked.
That's what you get.
Get in.
All right, there we go. 2 boxes. There you go. All right.
Okay, chat. I want to see that number go up to 1,000 before we finish this podcast.
Oh, 1,000 neat would be nice. Can we get 1,000 neat? Can we get 1,000 neat? The beard's coming off regardless. But if you want me to see suffer pain, I am going to stream the wax too. So hey, at the end of November, if I get the money, I'm streaming The wax as well. So there you go.
You're going to break terms of service so
Okay,
hard, and I'm going to laugh.
is that against TOS?
To show your genitals, probably.
No. I'm not showing. No junk.
Oh, well, then it's a shit stream then if you're not showing
I'm
genitals.
still going to wax my
You need to have
fucking
a
arm.
very strong lens to show that.
I'm going to wax my arm. Jeez, no one wants to see that. I haven't got a pixelated thing small enough. Hey, all. Anyway, back to what we were. Back to what we were doing. All right.
Now, I just want to say, now, Tim,
Yes.
your podcast that you did with 40,
Yes.
that was released this afternoon. Is that correct?
Yes. It came out at 5 p.m. this afternoon.
Beautiful.
So,
and where can people see that?
if you look for, well, there's a lot of links. Jamie can probably drop them all in the chat. There's 100 million links. But if you go to
40,
YouTube and look up the weight
drop a
battle,
link.
you should be able to find the channel in the first episode. That was an insane experience for me because I went on that podcast to speak for about 45 minutes to an hour, and we ended up talking for 3 hours, and we went through every aspect of my life and my mental health and my journey, and it was it was very therapeutic. It's uncomfortable. A lot of the stuff that I talk about is uncomfortable, but in a way, having that conversation, normalizing that conversation, incredibly important. You know, like sometimes we have to talk about things that we don't like. That's just the reality of the world that we live in, and we have to get used to it.
I'm going to have a listen on my walk tomorrow, I reckon.
If you got 3 hours, you want to walk for 3 hours, man?
Sure, why not?
Josh in chat.
Webbel. There you go.
Josh in chat. I'm getting my first Milkshake order tomorrow. Cannot wait, mate. Fucking rip in. You can do it, buddy. You can do it. It's never a good time to start. Everyone goes, "Oh, I'll start here. I'll start there." No. Go down to Coles, go down to Woolies, get a sample box, and just fucking start. Boom.
I think I've got a sound effect for that.
Fucking fantastic.
Here we go.
Sam, I'm going to put you on the spot here, Sam. Have you ever tried the Milkshake?
I have not.
Are you willing to?
I try everything once.
There we go.
Let's send them a
All right,
bag.
we'll send him a bag. Okay, bag. All right, hold on. Wait, let's go over here. Sam, congrats. You win. Yeah. All right, we're going to send Sam a bag. There we go. What flavors you like, Sam? What's your preference? What's your favorite milkshake?
Oh, look. I get judged for this all the time. I'm a vanilla kind of guy.
Seriously, the vanilla is good because you can mix, you can do all sorts of stuff with the vanilla. You put your coffee in.
Vanilla is like is just the base.
It's your white base paint. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
So
all right.
I went to Aldi the
Tastes
other
like a
day,
Milko.
and in the frozen aisle, they got these it's like in the frozen section, they got these bags of frozen fruit, which are like designed to be smoothie mixes. So they come in like individual like bags, like those.
Was that Hamish
kind of
Coy this week that set up about the mango? He's like, I've never had anything like this.
It's it has mango, papaya, and I think pineapple. There's like the one like a tropical mix. I blended that up with some vanilla shake and a little bit of ice, and it was just magnificent, fucking fantastic. And and they also have like a strawberry and a banana one, which is really nice. But it was like $3 or $4 from Aldi, frozen section. Yeah.
Because we're talking about food. Let's see if we can segue into this with you, Sam. Can you tell us whether you talk like when it comes to mental health? Do you see a lot of a trend of people's like the way they perceive themselves, body shit, like weight, obesity, overweight? Like, does that translate a lot into people's mental health when you talk or when you're dealing with that? Like, is there an aspect of it where it is like obviously their image is very very central to that?
Yeah, I think for Movember, it's probably most closely tied to like physical exercise, and that's kind of, I guess, where we kind of play into, this idea that like moving, just like physical activity can make such a big difference in your mental health.
Yeah.
And like getting out, it's I guess it's we've all kind of felt the impact of it this year. Being locked inside way more than we should be, but actually getting out, being active, and coupling that in with I guess the benefit of living a physically like more active life can make a really big difference. I think for us that's kind of the core message that we can kind of encourage men to enhance that part of their life.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty big culture shock for me when everything started closing. It was like, because I was going to the gym, like not regularly, 1 or 2 days a week, but then that was just taken out of my hands. And I was like, the only option I have is to either keep walking and find ways to be active outside of a gym, or buy my own weights to take like at home. And I'm like, I'm at home, I'm not going to lift weights. Chances are if I go into the gym and see my weight, like I've got a bench press and everything in there at the moment. I haven't used it in like 3 months.
I got some baby dumbbells down here. I haven't used them in months either.
Yeah. It was really annoying. Like, I mean, the hardest part for me was that it was just taken out of my hands. Like I had no control over that. And I guess I felt pretty helpless about that.
Yeah. I think it's just thrown everyone through a loop. And like I was so, I've said it lots of times, I was so focused, and I was training for that mini triathlon in April, and I was going to actually complete it and do it fairly well. I'm still going to be back at the back of the pack, but I was going to actually complete it. I felt confident. And then COVID hit. Triathlon cancelled. Supposed to be in October. Cancelled. Now it's back till next April. So for me now, I've lost the weight, and my main sort of signpost has gone. The triathlon was it, and now that got taken away as well. And now my gym's not 24 hours anymore. It's like,
yeah. With that, Sam, like, have you noticed that it's really hard? Like, what kind of challenges has COVID presented? Like, not just for people who obviously like that you're trying to help through Movember, but your actual charity. Like, how badly has that impacted you?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because I think for us, this is my third campaign working for Movember, and for me, one of the best parts of working for this organisation is actually being able to get out there and be face to face with our community. That's obviously not going to happen this year. We're based in Richmond, in Melbourne.
Go to Tigers. Go to Tigers.
Yeah. So I think, for us, actually, not being face to face with my colleagues has been incredibly challenging. And having to kind of we're a campaign built around social connectedness, and I haven't seen my colleagues since March, most of them.
Wow.
So yeah, and doing this whole thing through Zoom, organizing this whole campaign virtually, as just like I would never have fathomed ever being able to do that. And amazingly we've done it, and it's going to be bigger than ever, with thanks to our community. Really, we kind of have this saying in the office about we're just the roadies, our supporters are the rock stars, and it really rings true again this year, I think, because in a year where there are so many reasons to go, oh shit, I might not get involved this year, I might think about doing something else, or might take a break. We're seeing really great support, people just stepping up and kind of getting behind Movember, and bigger and better, and with new ideas, and we're really, really grateful for that, because it just has been one of those years.
Someone said to me, it was a couple of months ago. Someone said something that really stuck with me. We've never been more connected as a race as we are right now, but at the same breath, we've never been more alone. Which is just like, when you look at it, it's so true. It is so true. Like, we're all connected over the internet and through Zoom and working from home and conference calls and stuff, but we're all dealing with everything on our own. So yeah, it's crazy time. But it's good to see you guys are still doing well. Like, you're still getting the support and being able to fundraise.
Yeah. I think this year will be a really interesting test for our organisation, and actually, and again, I'm going to talk in kind of vague generalizations here, but it's something interesting about recession times and charities, and actually people tend to give more because they're finding that they can really they want to make a difference with what money they do have, but certainly in Australia, like, whilst we are technically in a recession, we're very fortunate to have to be or to have people that are a community that are very supportive, and I think this year, no matter what the outcome is, I think it's going to mean a lot for a lot of people, and I'm really excited actually about being able to get involved in a virtual sense, still in what our community are doing, and see all the mustaches kind of take over the face of men everywhere. But thinking about all the conversations that'll come off the back of those mows is pretty exciting.
It's going to be like for me the big thing is like shaving the beard. That's a big thing. I haven't even thought about the next step of actually growing a moustache. I've never had just a moustache ever. And I've had a beard since
it's that 10-day mark.
I've had a beard since for you maybe. I've had a beard since I had to start shaving in like year 8. So I've had like bum fluff, moustache, white, blonde facial hair since about year 8. So for me, I went to a Catholic school, so I would have grown a beard as soon as I could, but Catholic school you weren't allowed to. So pretty much halfway through Year 12 exams, HSC, was when I started growing my beard. So it's been 20 years, and I don't know about the moustache. I don't know. You pull off a great moustache. I don't know if I have the upper lip for that. I don't know.
You'd never know until you try.
I
don't know whether you have the chin for a moustache.
No, I'm worried about my chin. No, I'm worried about because I do have a bit of a bum chin, but I don't know how this. I'm hoping. Maybe I've lost my double chin. I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with a bum chin. You can blow your nose and wipe your ass at the same time. It's great.
I don't want to look like Jim Carrey. I don't want to look like fucking Spartacus. I don't want to. Anyway.
Now, Jerdman.
Yes.
Once you shave that beard and that mustache, the greatest thing is going to be able to lick your upper lip and not have a mouthful of hair. It is one of the greatest feelings after having a beard or a mustache for so long.
Because you get like man shake stuck in this thing. Like you have a man shake and then you got to go and then get the rest of the man shake off him. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think of that.
I used to hate drinking like a can of Coke or something, and a mustache hair would get caught under the ring pool and just go.
Yeah.
Pong,
yeah.
pong.
Done that.
I've done that before.
I've done that before. Tim and Ash shaving in support. I don't know.
I'll shave whatever I've got left.
Okay.
Want to see baby face? I'll give
what
you
about you,
face.
Ash? What are you doing?
Mine takes way too long to grow. Like,
Ashes a day.
Way too long.
Ashes a day. I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not throwing. Like I don't want to throw all the boys in. Like I was having fun with Lloyd, saying, "Lloyd, you should shave," but Lloyd's never going to look. It's fucking glorious.
I even said to the missus, I said, if Jerdman can raise 10 grand, should I shave the beard?
Oh, wait, hold on.
She goes,
yes. What did she say?
She goes, no.
Oh, you serious? 10 grand? She wouldn't do it for 10 grand.
Like, 10 grand. She goes, you can shave your head, but you're not shaving your beard.
And I'm like, hey, Jane, are you in chat, Jane? I'm never going to raise.
I'm not angry at you, Jane. I'm just disappointed.
I'm never going to raise 10 grand, which would be 7,200 American.
If you could have seen her face, she was crying when I shaved my beard last time, and the utter disappointment on her face was like, "What have you done?"
I want Jane just to say yes.
You must be so freaking ugly under that beard. Like, honestly, what is going on? Like,
I just want Jane to say yes. Ash. Just say yes, Jane, and give me something to work towards. Just say yes. Let's shoot for the stars.
Have you got like the devastate tattoo under it or whatever it is?
I had a guy. We can't go. Wait a second. I said I would give Jerd 10K for Lloyd not to shave. Done. We had a guy who used to have a tattoo.
We don't have 10K.
No, I know. We had a guy who used to have a tattoo on his head, but it was like a full head tattoo. This random guy that I used to know through work. He might be watching through work. He was a regular. Yeah. Anyway, he used to have this fucking like spider tattoo on his head. But then he like grew dreadlocks, so then the tattoo disappeared, and then like maybe 5 years later he shaved his head again, and the tattoo just like it's just so rich. So you must have this massive like Lloyd kicks ass tattoo or something on you.
Yeah,
it says "I love fish and chips" on my chin.
But who doesn't love fish and chips? Let's be honest. That's a good tattoo.
That's so good. That's so good.
The only tattoo I'd get in my head is when I got really bald, and you get like a little guy with a lawnmower.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Love it.
That's good. Cool. All right. Well, we're going to do a bonus spin. When he shaved, I freaked out waking up next to that face for months. Well.
Jane, just while you are here, can you explain to us what's so bad about it? Like, what is the distaste with Lloyd without a beard?
If I wasn't raising money for Movember, my wife would I wanted to have a shave and have a look a few months ago. I wanted to have a look, and my wife's like, no. And I said, for charity? She's like, okay.
Like, Jane, just to be brutally honest, like put it out there, and it's on the internet forever. We want to hear.
While we wait for Jane to get back to us,
paragraph.
we're gonna do a bonus spin. Benny C, are you still in chat? Benny C.
Why would a dude not want to have a mustache? Like, look at this. Look at that.
You look like D'Artagnan.
Tim, can you get the camera closer, mate? What am I looking at?
Shut up.
I was going to say, is that a mustache or did you have a Nutella sandwich or something?
I don't eat Nutella. I don't eat Nutella because it's garbage.
Oh,
it was
Vegemite.
Vegemite sandwich.
Is Benny C in chat? Benny C, are you there? Not Benny Cox, Benny C. Benny Charles, I believe. Is Benny Charles?
Benny Charles.
The gentleman we read his comment out. He had a bit of a hard time earlier this year.
We're calling him out if he's here. Benny Charles, he's still here. If not, you miss your spin. No, we'll still spin it for you. We'll still spin it.
And I can't wait to see the video of you scaring your kids. Honestly,
I thought
that's going to be so good.
Kmart have got those big pump, those $15 like foam things with a little cutout in them, the big the panda ones.
Yes.
They've got a big pumpkin one. And I thought I'd just shove a pumpkin one on my head, not tell them I've shaved, and then just take the pumpkin head off and me be bald-faced. So I don't know. I've got to work it out.
I've got a childhood memory of my dad had a mustache until we were probably the age of about 6. And my sister and I can both like vividly remember Dad getting rid of his mustache for the first time. And he didn't grow it back for the rest of his life. And so I feel like you're creating this moment that will be forever burned in their heads. Like you will never forget that moment.
Someone just roasted me in my chat. They said, if you can only grow the Charlie Chaplin mo, you shouldn't grow a mo.
That stopped being the Charlie Chaplin. That stopped being the Charlie Chaplin mo in the 1940s, man. It's not the Charlie Chaplin anymore. It's a friggin' Hitler.
Gents, I think Benny's.
Oh, Benny's here. Benny, we're going to spin the wheel, Benny. We're going to spin the wheel just for you, mate. We've heard you said you had a rough time this year, and we feel for you, mate. So we're gonna spin the wheel and shine a bit of Milkshake a light.
And Lloyd's going to message you, get your information.
Yep, got your name there, ready to go, Benny.
Message. And Jane says she just likes hairy dudes. Hey, who can blame her? I love a hairy dude too.
Do you by chance like Robin Williams films?
Ooh, yes.
Oh mate, Robin Williams hasn't got shit on me.
Back on the
he hasn't shat on you.
I am the Maryborough Walkie.
Back on the scarring people for life. We always told Dad to shave. Dad always had a beard. That's probably why I've got a beard. Dad always had a beard. Shave. And he shaved it one day, and the neighbours hadn't seen him for like the whole time they'd lived next door without a beard on. Dad shaved, went next door to the neighbours, put on a Scottish accent, and they didn't realise it was fucking him. That's how different he looked. So anyway, all right, we're going to spin this wheel. Let's go. Spin that bitch. All right, Benny, this is for you, mate. Go for it, Ash.
Oh, there's no intro.
No, we got to put the intro. Oh, you want the intro? I'm going to do the intro.
Make it special for the kid, man.
I can do the intro. Where's it gone? There it is. Bang.
Welcome to the Milkshake Wheel of
The fine line between successful chaplain and a dirty Adolf. Oh, Mick. Oh, Jesus, Mick. That's very true, mate. All right, there we go. All right, what are you going to win, Benny? Let's have a look.
Who knows?
What is it? Yellow?
Yeller. We got 2 bags of Milkshake. Coming to you.
Wrong one. Jesus. There we go. There it is. 2 of those.
Jesus.
Times two. You can pick the flavour. Get in contact with us, Benny. Oh, Bloke will get in contact with you, mate. There we go.
Yeah. I'll message you, Benny.
Actually, I'm going to go over here. Get rid of that guy. Fuck him off. Sam gave us this little thing there, so that's pretty cool. Whatever you grow will save a bro. You got the lopsided, you got the first one, you got the filthy one. That would be Ash's. You got the grey one. That's going to be mine. I think my beard's going to come back grey. I reckon it's going to come back grey. I've already got grey hair. I think it's just going to come back grey.
Silver Fox.
The half decent and the patchy one. There you go. They all fight prostate cancer, testicular cancer, mental health problems. So if you want to sign up, go to movember.com. Is it .au or just .com, Sam?
Just .com.
Movember.com. Yeah. You can sign up yourself and join the party and get involved. I know Stephen out there. I know Jared out there. I know who else? There's a few people out there. I've got a couple of people in the UK that are going to shave as well. I think one of them's going to actually shave on stream with me, and his beard's down to about here. So there you go. Let's go over there. So that's it. Anything else you want to get across, Sam, while you've got all the lovely people in chat? Anything else you want to get out there?
Yeah, I guess just another big thanks to you guys for having me along. I'm pretty chuffed to get on and have this convo. Yeah, I'd love to have you guys get involved this year in Movember, grow a mo. The dirtier the better. Yeah, reach out to a mate if there's someone in your life that you're thinking maybe they're having a bit of a rough trot. If you can, if you're ready to, or if you think maybe there's somebody else in their life that might be better situated to have that convo, reach out, have a chat with them. And what these guys are talking about today, and sounds like you guys are talking about a lot in these convos. I think it's incredible stuff. So keep up the really great work.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
And thanks for coming in. It was pretty short notice. Well, it wasn't pretty short notice. I did say to Sam on Friday,
Plenty.
Sam, you want to come on to Man Talk on Monday because I'm shaving the beard off next week? And he's like, yeah. So we thank you for coming on in, especially when you didn't really know any of us. You chatted to me for a bit, but appreciate you coming in. And that's it. Grow Mo. Lloyd's going to sing a song. We've got $74.50 to get to 1,000. Is any kind people in chat? Can anyone dig deep and we hit the 1,000 threshold? That would be fantastic. Yeah, so if anyone could dig deep, it's for a good cause. We've chatted about it for the last hour. Let's try and get the 1,000 neat for the end of the stream. Let's try that. All right, Lloyd, what are you going to sing today, mate?
I'm going to now. I spoke to you guys today, and someone suggested, it was actually Ryan Betson. He goes, is there a song that you can relate to with mental health? And I thought of doing a Audio Slave cover because of Chris Cornell taking his life. I don't know, it was a couple of years ago now, I think.
It goes so quick, man. It just goes so quick.
It does. Yeah. And which just came out of the blue. Like he was doing tours and things like that at the time, and next minute he's taken his life, and it was just heartbreaking, especially being someone that you kind of idolize in the music world for such a long time. And so I'm going to dedicate this one to
cool.
To Chris Cornell.
We will come back. We'll come back to the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Beezy. Absolute legend. I searched the couch and found change. Nice change in the couch there, Beezy. Get in. Thank you, Beezy. All right, here we go, Lloyd. Yeah, I'll turn the alerts off while you sing your song. All right, we'll do that.
Yeah.
All right, turn it off. There you go.
Hold on. I've just got to shift a couple of things here. 1 second. Letting the team down.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
What have I done here? Okay. No, that's not going to work. Sorry, guys.
What the fuck? Is this fucking amateur hour or what?
Oh, no.
you're in the wrong stream for this. You need to be over in my Twitch, man. Fucking hell.
On a calm wind afternoon in a room full of emptiness by a freeway, I confess I was lost in the pages of a book full of death, reading how we'll die alone if we go laid to rest anywhere we wanna go, near your house. I long to be
amazing.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
As always, Lloyd, absolutely fantastic. Thank you for that, mate. That's
Talented people are
haunting.
just the worst.
I hate talented
Look at that. Look at that total, Jed.
Oh, Ozdrew. Of course it was Ozdrew. Ozdrew, you fucking legend, mate. Thank you, buddy. Oh, what else has happened here? It's just gone up by shitloads. What is going on? Oh my god. Okay, we've got to catch up. Oh, the alert's still on? They're still on. Okay, they'll ping. They'll ping in a sec. What's going on? Ozdrew with the 50. Thank you, mate. Absolute legend. What else we got before we end the stream? All right, so we've got to add up who's got shirts here. So at the moment, it looks like Tenons. Thank you, Tenons. Beezy. Oh, we got an anonymous. Oh, Jesus. Now you're making it tough. All right. All right. Well, I'll look through that and we'll try and sort it out now. Okay, so we've got Ozdrew, you're getting a shirt. Tanners, you're getting a shirt. Beezy, you're getting a shirt. Jane's getting a shirt. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll message you people, you know. Courtesy of Sam. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. We hit the 1120. Jesus.
1120 split up again.
Nice. Good work, guys.
Thank you.
Well done.
Absolute legends out there.
Well
Thank you. I don't know why the alerts aren't pinging, but anyway. Thank you, guys.
Well, just there was an alert then. I saw an
Oh, well,
alert.
fuck. I'm too hyped up.
You're blind.
I'm twitching. Thank you, Sam, for coming in once again, mate.
Pleasure.
Technically, Movember is technically, it's all year, but it's starting in 5 days, 6 days. So it's not too late. Sign up. Get your friends involved. What can they do? They can either grow a mow or they can host a moment. What else can they do, Sam?
Move. So run a walk 60k for the month, or further.
That's a great one for a lot of shakers. Like a lot of people, I've always said walking is one of the best ways to lose exercise. So why not walk and raise some money while you're doing it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Or mow your own way.
That's it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Pick out something that works for you.
Cool. No worries. You can get Movember Australia at Movember TV on YouTube, Movember on Insta, and Movember Oz on Twitter. And Facebook is just /Movember Australia.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
There we go. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you again, Sam. Thank you, boys. What do you got going on this week, Lloyd? Anything?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay.
I haven't really planned anything. Still on week 2 of the Man Challenge, which has been going really well. And I just want to put it out there. I want to say thank you to everyone in the Man Shaker and the Man Shake community for supporting each other, looking out for each other, motivating each other. He's all doing an amazing job. That's what the group is all about. Just helping each other out. It's so good.
Yeah, I heard from.
So I want to say a special thanks.
I heard from someone this morning. Thank you, Glenn, mate. Thank you for that kind donation to Movember. I heard from someone this morning who wanted to give
previous winners?
wanted to give a shout out to the Manshake community, either be the Manshakers or Manshake men. So a big shout out there to from Ryan. He wanted to give a big shout out to the community out there who's helping keep him motivated and keeping him on track. And so you guys, give yourselves a pat on the back. You guys are all legends. And Ash, what are you doing this week, mate?
Also, a shout out to the ladies out there, lady pages. Like we don't have, we're not on those pages, but it's important for the ladies to look out for each other. And
I'm still trying to get some women on the show to talk about their success stories.
Maybe we should ask Lloyd. Maybe he's got more
I'll see whether my
masculine gravitas. I don't know.
Maybe we could get you to serenade them onto the show.
Slide into the DMs with the acoustic and just start.
Baby.
I might even be able to get the wife on. Like, she has been doing her own weight loss journey the past couple of years.
Wow.
And been doing.
That's good. We can grill her about why she doesn't.
Okay.
We can grill her about why she doesn't like people without beards.
Jane, you've just been thrown under the bus. I'm driving it, evidently.
Under the
Jerdville bus. Yeah, my face on the bus. Jane, maybe you should have chatted to Jay before you just threw her out there. Jane, you're on next week.
I know she would love
Angela,
to come
you're on next week as well, though.
And you can sing, Ashley Lloyd, you can sing, Girls Just Wanna Have Fun.
Girls
We're
just
back.
wanna have hair.
Yeah.
I can't hear that without thinking of Weird Al Yankovic. Girls just want to have lunch. Yeah, anyway. A bit of Weird Al. She'll come on.
Eat it.
Get into
Eat
it.
it defines
Yeah.
my childhood. Like, eat it.
Brock the Man Malone said, "My wife is in if Lloyd is there." So, well, Lloyd. Wow.
Yeah, so what are you doing, Ash? Did you say what you're doing? I lost where we were.
Well, no, we didn't. No, we didn't. Well, I will point out, Movember, 5 days, awesome. 4 days, very exciting. The Mandalorian season 2 comes out, so excited. And Moff,
The what? The Watian?
Moff Gideon, who is
Moff. Was it Moff Gideon,
yeah.
isn't it? Moff Gideon?
Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon. Sorry, Gideon.
He's Guido to his
actually-
mates.
He actually has a mo as well, so just a little link there. So
For those who don't know, that is old mate from Breaking Bad.
Gus Fring.
Gus, yeah. Gustavo
Gus
Fring. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
Cool.
Other than that, yeah, if you want to jump on over to That Fat Guy YouTube channel, check out Mick Dilligaff and I. We had a bit of a chat about his weight loss journey. He's lost 70 kilos.
Ridiculous.
He's a proper big
It's a
bloke.
good chat. Very
Legend.
good chat.
Absolute legend.
He's a great
Mate,
dude too.
Started at
Great dude.
240 kilos. Like, that's
Yeah.
insane. And he's just absolutely killing it. So check that out. Otherwise, it's just a normal week for me, guys.
Cool.
That's about it.
Timbo, what are you doing? Timbo, there you go. Hey, Timbo.
We're about to jump into the after show after this. I got Ryan Betson and Jamie Ford coming on to have a bit of a chat.
Bang.
We're going to talk about the podcast episode, the weight battle,
Cool.
and we're going to try and raise some more money for your Movember cause.
Oh, wow.
And also, then at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning, 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, I'm streaming Watch
In
Dogs
5
Legion.
hours?
2 days. Yeah, in 5 hours.
Yeah,
2
you having
days.
a nap between these two things?
Yes, I am. I'm going to have a sleep.
Fucking,
I'm
don't sleep
going
in.
to-
Don't sleep past the 3 a.m. embargo.
And I'm gonna be streaming it 2 days before release.
Awesome,
So
get him.
that's pretty exciting.
What time is your stream starting? 3.
3 a.m.
I may
till 5
raid you. There you go. I'll be
raid me
raiding you.
anytime, yeah.
After this, I'm going to have a little 10-minute siesta, and then I'm going to jump on, and I'm playing some Detroit Become Human.
Oh, great game!
So,
it's about time you started it.
I just played Man of Medan, and there was lots of moral questions and moral this, that, the other, and everyone's like, you should play Detroit, and everyone's been after me to play Detroit for ages, so I don't know what's going to happen. There's 84 endings.
Actually, I'm going to be playing the next game in the Man of Medan series on Saturday night for Halloween. So Little Hope.
Little Hope, yeah. Dark Pictures, Little Hope. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm looking at that too. I'll be playing that as
All
well.
right.
There you go. Bang.
That's it. We're done.
So,
Ladies and gentlemen,
fat guy's got to get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Fat guy's got to get out of
Ash
here.
is like, I don't have anything left to plug. Shut up.
Ash has been playing Squadrons.
Star Wars Squadrons.
He's been playing
Yeah.
Squadrons. There you go.
Okay.
Bang. Get him.
Anyway.
Cool. All right. Ash has got a hot day. Andrew's got some. Andrew's got some hot food on table.
We say goodbye for 20 minutes. It's like, let's just go.
That's how we fucking do. We do it live. Thank you, Sam, mate. Appreciate you being here.
We're going to need a watch party for Lloyd's fucking musical escapades at this rate. Everyone's like, can my wife come on and watch? Can my partner come on and watch?
We just put Lloyd up with the guitar next week. Done.
Yeah, I was dating a woman a couple of months ago, Lloyd, and they were like, oh, geez, that Lloyd guy's pretty hot. And I was like, fuck you, Dad. Like, come on.
All right, shut up, Tim. We got to go. We got to go,
It's a
Tim.
shame, Lloyd. You got
don't
so
blame him.
much. You got so much going for you, but you just have a little micro penis. Like, I mean, it must be so
See, guys, you take it easy. On that note, we're out of here.
Not that there's anything wrong with micro penises. Just put that out.
I think it's time we pull out of this podcast. All right. See you later.
Come to the after show.
Come to the after show. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
The Penangs are good too.
Oh, Jesus. See you later. Thank you, Sam. Movember. Get into it.
Thanks, Sam.
Saturday.
Thanks,
Beat
everyone.
off. Let's go. See
All
you.
the best, mate.
End it.
Oh, and you.